This is not only the most anticipated game in recent Broncos history, but it's also going to be one of the hardest. This is your Denver Sports Daily for January 9th.
The biggest stories, the latest news. It's Denver Sports Daily.
So what do the Broncos need to do to win this game against the Bills? It's not as simple as it seems. It's not just playing good football. There's going to be a lot of things that the Broncos need to do to actually succeed against a team as good as the Bills. There's going to be multiple different facets of this game where the Broncos can succeed and where they're going to lose. They're going to lose multiple battles at certain points. They're not going to win every quarter. They're not going to go out there and dominate the Bills, but they can get these little W's that'll lead to an overall score that has the Broncos leading. Now, the first thing that the Broncos need to do is play well on defense. First thing, overall. Now, the Broncos defense has been very good this season. Very good. One of the best graded teams this season in terms of defense. So they need to use that skill that they've had all season so far and hold Josh Allen. That's the most important thing. If they can keep Josh Allen in the pocket, keep him from running outside and making a play downfield, he's a great extender. That's the name that I think when I hear the word extender. Josh Allen, he'll run out of the pocket and he can either run upfield, get you 10, 20, 50 yards. He can run for so long and so fast. He's great. He's a great athlete, but he can also run out of that pocket and throw a ball downhill that'll get to the receiver in a perfect fashion. Their main thing they need to do on defense, keep Josh Allen in the pocket, keep pressure on him. And the Broncos have been one of the best, if not the best team at keeping pressure on the quarterback. They led the league in sacks this season. So they need to keep pressure on Josh Allen. That is the most important thing they can do. Just keep pressure on Josh Allen, lock down the receivers, two great cornerbacks in Riley Moss and Patrick Surtain. Now, Riley Moss has kind of been slow coming back from his injury these past 2 weeks. Last week kind of wasn't that serious because the Chiefs were so bad in that game. But Riley Moss needs to play very well against the receivers, and so does Patrick Surtain. I kind of expect the Broncos to run a little bit more of a zone scheme, kind of keeping everything low, below the numbers, outside and below the numbers. That's where I'm seeing Josh Allen mostly throw during this game. Now, if he's not, it's going to be in that middle of the field. It's going to be that middle of the field. There's going to be plays that he's making right down in the middle of the hash marks that's going to lead to breakouts and first downs. They cannot allow big passes or big first downs, anything like that. Keep Josh Allen in the pocket and keep the pressure on him. Now, the second thing that the Broncos need to do, and this is the most important, everything. They need to do everything. There have been plays that Sean Payton has had in his playbook, and he needs to pull those out. This is the time. This is not the time to play, the football that's led to winning, because to be honest, the Broncos don't have a set movement or moment yet. Whatever it is, they don't have a set plan of what they're going to do. They're building a new team. You got to think of it like that. They're building a new team. This is the time for Sean Payton to give Bo Nix total creative freedom. Bo Nix, do what you want to do. Designed runs. Bo is a great runner, great athlete. If you would have told me at the beginning of the season, the two main things that were my problems with Bo Nix was that I didn't think he was very athletic. I didn't think he'd run because we didn't see him. Nobody saw him run in before that after that first season in his college debut. He was a great runner in his freshman year of college, but then that kind of went away. So that was my main thing. Guy can't really run. Second thing about Bo Nix was that he doesn't throw down. He doesn't throw downfield. He's a check down merchant. Those have been completely wiped from the narrative. When I think of Bo Nix, I do not think check down merchant. I don't think pocket player. I think he's a guy who can escape. He's a great scrambler. He can hit a player downfield. That Marvin Mims pass that led to the 90-yard touchdown or whatever it was, one of the best balls I've ever seen. A downhill ball, far, long, lofted it right in the hands of Marvin Mims. Great pass. That is now what Bo Nix is to me. Let him do that. Let him go out there and get some balls up in the air. Let him throw it as far as he wants. Let him get crazy. Let him get wild. That's what the Broncos are going to need to do. This is not the time to play conservative. You are in the playoffs for the first time in 9 years. Do everything. Go out there, throw the craziest play you have in the playbook out there. That Philly special that we saw earlier this season where Bo Nix caught that pass from Cortland Sutton. I want to see that. I want to see more plays like that. Things that will catch the Bills off guard, because the Bills have been in the playoffs for several years now. One of the best teams in the league. They know what they're going to do in the playoffs. They have their game plan. The Broncos don't know what they're going to do yet. They don't have a playoff game plan yet. They need to go out and pull out all the stops, get all the crazy plays out there, see what works, see what doesn't. Does being aggressive work? Does playing conservative work? But against the Bills, I guarantee you aggressive is going to work 9 times out of 10. I guarantee it. They're one of the best, most offensive heavy, great defense. They are strong. They know what they're doing. They go out there and they win games, and especially in the playoffs, they win games. The Broncos need to go out and do everything that they can to stop the Bills from stopping them, basically. Now, I've said it before. The third thing the Broncos need to do, keep it a low-scoring game. The Bills' offensive firepower is incredible. They can score at will whenever they want. If the Broncos defense can slow them down and hold it to a low-scoring game, the Broncos will win this game. I guarantee you. I said it a few times this week already. If the Broncos win this game, the score is going to be something like 17-14, 13-10, 14-13. It's got to be a low-scoring game. Because if the Bills are going to score on every drive, the Broncos aren't going to be able to do that. I would love to have faith that they can. I love this offense. This offense is great, but it's not a Bills level greatness. It's not that yet. If they can slow down the Bills and stop them from scoring every possession, the Broncos will win this game. Keep it a low-scoring game, and the Broncos are winning 9 times out of 10. I guarantee it. But I'm very excited to see this game. It's going to be this Sunday. Huge game. Tomorrow, full preview of the game. And then hopefully on Monday, we're recapping a win. Now, moving on, the Nuggets did win last night in a crazy game. Despite being shorthanded with Nikola Jokic and Aaron Gordon out, they beat the LA Clippers 126-103. Incredible game all around. 6 players in double digits, just playing very, very well overall. Jamal Murray really took on the scoring load. He had 21 points. You have Russell Westbrook, Julian Strawther, all playing very well, very good, sound basketball. Julian Strawther in these past 2 games has really proven to me that he can be that player. And there's a lot of talk, especially with the people that I'm around, like the common people out there, talking Julian Strawther, trade value. Does he have trade value? I think he does have trade value, but I'm so against giving away young players. There's not a chance that I would want to see Julian Strawther off of this team, especially after a night like he had last night. The offense was playing very sound last night. Despite Nikola Jokic and Aaron Gordon being out, you've seen it. Nikola Jokic, when he's out, this team can't work. But they've proven it wrong. These past 2 games, they've worked. They've played well. The Celtics, one of the best teams in the league 2 nights ago, they were tied up with 8 minutes left to go in the fourth, 93-93. Now, the Celtics did go on a run, but still, that is not a loss that's going to hurt. That's a loss that shows, hey, this team kept it in with one of the best teams in the league without Nikola Jokic. Now, if Nikola Jokic is in both of these games and everybody's playing the way they did, oh, it's 50-point blowouts both times because Nikola Jokic is amazing and can create a play out of thin air. But still, great play, great win over the LA Clippers. Though that's another good team in this league. They held James Harden to some really bad numbers. He wasn't shooting well. And that's the thing. Their defense has really stepped up, especially in these past couple days. It's been prevalent that their defense has been playing well. Now, moving on, the Avalanche did unfortunately lose last night to one of the worst teams in the league. And I guess they're not actually one of the worst teams in the league, but I'm not a fan of the Chicago Blackhawks, so I'm just going to say they're one of the worst teams in the league. But they lost last night 3-1. Not a great game. Not a great game at all. Now, Mackenzie Blackwood was sitting. Scott Wedgwood is on IR, so he was not playing either. So both of those guys being out of the goalie position just really kind of set the Avalanche up for failure. It wasn't the best game overall, 3-1 to one of the worst teams. Now, the Avalanche are 26-15-1 now, and they're going to be playing again tonight. They're going to be playing again tonight against the Minnesota Wild in another crazy game. Both of these teams have been on heaters, and both of these teams have some of the favorites for the Hart Trophy. You got Kirill Kaprizov and then Nathan McKinnon, of course, going to be a great game, seeing those two go off against each other. They're actually going to be playing again on the 20th, and I'm going to be at that game. That one I'm excited for because that's going to be so much fun to come back and actually be able to talk with you guys about a game I was at. I haven't been to an Avs game this season, so I'm excited to go see one. But tonight is going to be a little preview of that, and hopefully the Avs can get out there and win a game against one of the better teams in the league. That's going to do it for your Denver Sports Daily. I do want to read some of your comments. Let's see. Stay focused and stay out of 3rd and long and stay out of penalty situations. Yes, you have to be playing sound football here. They really do. They can't be getting themselves into holes where they're not able to climb out of. 3rd and long's the main thing. If they're getting sacked, it's going to put them in a really bad position. Now, a sack on first down, not the worst thing, but you get sacked on first down, throw an incompletion on second, you got a 3rd and 18, 3rd and 16. That's going to lead to the Bills ending up winning. That it really is. That's going to be a bad position, and there's going to be a few of those. I can guarantee you there's going to be a few of those for the Broncos this week. But that is something that they really have to cut down on. And this offensive line has been good. Bo Nix has a connection with his offensive line. If he can work with them and know he has that inner clock, that tick, 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 and then he knows either throw the ball away or escape, he's got that. He really does. So if they can stay in those positions where they're not getting into 3rd and longs, they're moving the ball forward on every play, it could lead to a winning formula for the Broncos. I guarantee it. Let's see. Good play calling, good defense, and run the darn ball and stay on schedule. Stay on schedule. Running the ball, yes. Don't get away from running the ball. Don't get away from it at all. Now, the running backs for the Broncos aren't necessarily great. They're not amazing by any standards, but they're sufficient. They get the job done. They really do. Keep the ball moving forward on every play. You're getting 3 yards, 4 yards every play. That's the schedule you want to keep. That's the schedule you want to keep. You're getting forward yardage every time. That's winning formula. That's the thing. That's the main thing about this game. Winning football. Keep that formula and win the game. That's all that it takes. That's all it takes. That's going to do it for your Denver Sports Daily today. I'm going to be back with you guys again tomorrow, previewing this overall, previewing the whole thing. We're going to be going over the Broncos once again. I want to keep talking about it. This is the most fun I've had talking about the Broncos in a long, long time. Like we should be happy right now. This is the most fun I've had to watch a Broncos game, to talk about the Broncos, to be a Broncos fan. This is the best time right now because nobody's seen it in so long. But that's going to do it for your Denver Sports Daily. I'm going to be back with you guys again tomorrow. Until then, y'all have a great rest of your day. Stay warm on this cold day, and I will see you all then. Bye, y'all.